there, my name is Bridget Mackay. I'm an attorney. I work in the area of wills, trusts, and estate planning and elder law. And you're joining me today for a video blog on the subject of guardianships. What are guardianships? Guardianships are basically a process, a legal process by which an adult takes over the physical or the financial care of a minor. This is different than adoptions, where an adult is seeking to make that minor their child and be treated, legally speaking, as their issue or a child of their loins, so to speak. Guardianships are distinguished from that in that people who are seeking guardianships are not seeking for the child that they are going to be the guardian for to be considered their own child in all legal and other ways. So, typically a guardian, or always, a guardian is appointed by the probate court. It's a legal process where you have to petition the court to be the person to care for a minor, and the court does a series of takes a series of steps, investigates you, determines if you're the right person for this child, determines what the child needs, and then can even impose some rules around your guardianship of that child. But it's very court-driven, and it's surprisingly enough not always just orphans who are the subject matter of guardianships. We often think about that when we're doing estate planning and putting our will together. As parents, we nominate people in our will to take over our children's physical and financial well-being if something were to happen to us. Guardianships do come about that way, where both parents have died and there's a minor who needs care. But most common in these times is children who need guardianship and care when their parents are alive, but for whatever reason unable to care for them properly. So there are two types of guardianships, which I've mentioned. One is guardianship of the person, and that's being a child's physical guardian, making sure their physical needs are all taken care of. And the other is guardianship of the estate, when a child or a minor may have some money they've inherited, or because of a lawsuit or an accident they have monies, and you can be a guardianship for that child of their assets, because minors are not capable of managing assets. I touched on this a little bit, but the next question is, who needs a guardianship? Like I said, the clearest image we have are orphans. I don't know if those out there who have children, if they've seen the movie or read the books of A Series of Unfortunate Events. That's a very good example of guardianship gone awry, but essentially it's the same thing. There are people vying for the guardianship of these three children, and unfortunately for them it doesn't always work out great, and they mostly are interested in the guardianship of their estate, so they want their money, not necessarily taking care of their physical being. So orphans are one of them. Oftentimes, like I said, it's more common for grandparents or other relatives to step in when there is some sort of neglect or abuse going on. Parents are involved in a drug culture and they're not caring for their child properly. That's a case in which a guardianship would also be used. Or for whatever reason, there's often cases where children are in the homes of their peers or otherwise, and they're maybe in that age range of pre-teenhood, and they've bonded with a family or an adult, and they no longer want to be, and that adult feels like they need to be the guardian of that child, and that child no longer wants to be raised by their parents. That's another scenario. And sometimes guardianships need to be done if there's some kind of change in custody, even between parents. So those are some of the ways in which guardianships come about, and a short definition of what a guardianship is. If you have more questions about guardianships, or you think that you need to apply for one, or you know a child that may need one, then I recommend that you contact an attorney who practices in that area to get more information.